Legacy Sports Network presents Houston Area High School Basketball. Brought to you by Texan Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram GMC Buick. We hear you. Also brought to you by Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, the best pizza in town. Honest. United Community Credit Union. Be united. Quick Assist. We sell your tickets fast and at the best price. Mr. Electric. We've got the power to make things better. And by the Alanis Real Estate Group. We are real estate. Now, let's go to the basketball gym.
Welcome to playoff basketball here on the Legacy Sports Network, your home for the best high school sports coverage across greater Houston. This is Jeff Kemps alongside my color analyst, the one and only Paul Sanchez, coming to you live from the electric atmosphere inside Sam Rayburn High School Gym in Pasadena, Texas. It's playoff time here in the Lone Star State, and tonight we have a classics showdown in the UIL 6A Region 3 Division 1 by-district round. The North Shore Mustangs taking on the Clear Spring Chargers. Tip-off at 6 p.m. sharp Central Standard Time. North Shore enters riding high at 28-6, a dominant force from the east side with the signature Mustang Nation pride, depth, athleticism, and momentum after grinding out tough wins late in the season. They're looking to keep their postseason march rolling and prove why they're one of Houston's elite programs. But standing in their way, the Clear Spring Chargers, a gritty, battle-tested squad from League City at 25-8 with a near flawless district record and unfinished business. These two teams have met recently. North Shore has come out on top of each time. Tonight in this neutral site cauldron, the Chargers are hungry for revenge. The third time's the charm in the biggest game of the year for them. The stakes couldn't be higher. Winner advances to the area round. Loser season ends here tonight. From the District of Doom on the east side to the Bayside toughness of the Charger fans packing the stands, this is greater Houston hoops at its finest. Paul Sanchez, my color analyst, and his birthday here this evening. Great to see you. What are you looking forward to watching here tonight, Paul?
Well, usually on your birthday you might go out for a dinner and a show. Well, I already had my dinner. I'm about to see a show with some of the two most elite players in the Houston area right now. And both teams have had a tremendous season so far, but one has got to go home. This is when the best plays the best. And what do you expect in the first round? One of the better first-round matchups of all regions in the state. We're looking forward to this matchup, and we'll get into it, Jeff.
When we come back, Paul and I will dive more into this fantastic playoff matchup here in a moment. Stay with us. You're listening to Playoff Pregame Show here on the Legacy Sports Network.
DeRoche Partners LLP, located in Houston and Dallas, offers a complete range of tax assurance and consulting services to a diverse portfolio of clients. Their team is dedicated to the highest ethics of our profession with a commitment to excellence. This is accomplished by putting an emphasis on providing superior professional services specifically tailored to meet the needs of our clients. DeRoche Partners aim to provide valuable insight, effective solutions, and maintain long-lasting business relationships. Their high recruiting standards and culture of excellence is uncommon and unrivaled. They want to wish all the student athletes good luck. Visit DeRoche Partners on the web at dpllp.cpa.
All right, Paul, let's dive into these two teams. Clear Spring Chargers, coached by Chris Harefield, coming in with a record of 25-8, 13-1 in district play. They were first place. They have an 11-game winning streak coming into tonight's game. Main player to watch, though, tonight, sophomore Madden Hill, averaging 24 points a game. Last two games, 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, then 26 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. For the North Shore Mustangs, enter at a 28-6 record. They've won 21 out of their last 23 games. They're a Houston area staple, being led by Christian Gibson, who's joined them late this season from Tennessee, averaging 19.5 points a game, Paul.
Yeah, let's start with Madden Hill, and this guy is the real deal. Let me just give you some numbers on this season. 42 at Deer Park, 31 versus Clear Creek, 30 against Brazos, 35 against Deer Park, 45 against Elkins, on 16 of 19 shooting, 5 for 7 from 3. I mean, those are just some ridiculous numbers, and this sophomore is the #1 point guard in the state in his class, 6-point guard overall in the 2028 class. This guy has a bright future, has already broken the single-season scoring record with 764 points, well over 1,000 points in his career already. Already has offers from LSU and UNLV. And the only knock that you could give on him is maybe he wasn't that good of a perimeter shooter. He has made strides in proving that outside game And what he does really well and what separates him right now from others is his elite handles. I mean, whenever you watch his tape, he is quick, and the counter moves that he has. If you get him on an island and you're in that middle 2/3 of the court, good luck. Just send out an SOS because you're going to get lost. This guy has the ability to shift you and get to his spots. He has scored in so many ways this season. He plays a lot bigger than what he is. He's only 5'11", about 165, 170. He has really broad shoulders already, though. And my comparison to him, Darius Acuff Jr., a guy at Arkansas who just had 49 last week against Alabama. And he's a projected lottery pick, and this guy plays exactly like him, one of those smaller guards that just knows how to use his body and play to his advantage whenever he gets into the half-court offense. This guy is going to be so bright. His future is already looking up, and he's already led this team to a spot with back-to-back seasons for this Clear Springs squad that has been really good for this squad, coming out of a pretty tough district, honestly. Deer Park was really good this year, obviously Clearbrook as well. Are they going to be tested enough, though, for the District of Doom? That's what we saw on the women's side, wherever the girls were able to sweep 4-0 in this by-district. The guys have the same possibility with every matchup that they play in this by-district matchup as well, but they're going to have to bring that same physicality, and that starts with guys like Christian Gibson. I mean, you mentioned his 67 overall in the country, committed to UCF, averaging almost 20 points a game this season. He's that guy that you can ride to San Antonio for 6 games. He has that capability just to put his team on the back and get you there if he wants to. But it's always going to be about the other guys, and the other guys are young, and this is their first playoff experience. And one of the questions we have for Coach Woods is, are these guys ready for the moment? You know, you have a golden opportunity laid in front of you, especially whenever you look at the bracket and how it laid out for you, where you don't have to face Atascocita or Seven Lakes until a potential regional final. So if you do your work and then you do what you've been doing all season to get you to 28 wins, you can find yourself in a regional final. You just have to execute in the playoff time and have your other players step up in a time like this, like DeMarcus Sloan and Sam Walker. So it's going to be a really good game tonight. Like I said, one of the most really important matchups of the first round because it could go either way and has star potential. And stars are what carry the tournament right now. Madden Hill can do that for this side that is trying to look for a deep run in the playoffs for the first time in a while. North Shore is trying to get to back of the state for the first time since 2018.
Madden Hill, only a sophomore, 5'11". Kid is pretty amazing. Paul and I have got a front row seat right here in the left corner pocket here today for this game. The winner of this game today will play in the next round against either the Pearland Oilers or the Fort Bend Travis team. Pearland 29-3, Fort Bend Travis 26-7. Whoever wins this game tonight probably will be playing on Thursday evening, and Paul and I hopefully will be there for that game. Stay with us. We'll be back here to talk more about this exciting matchup here in this incredibly small gym that's going to be very, very loud here for this game tonight. You're listening to the playoff episode here on the Legacy Sports Network.
If you're tired of sorting through online directories and classified ads to find your perfect home, look no further than Elio Alanis and his team with the Alanis Real Estate Group. Elio is a local real estate agent in Houston and also a CE King alum, and he just wants to help you find the perfect home for your family. Ditch the stress of going to viewing after viewing only to be let down. Connect with Elio Alanis and the Alanis Real Estate Group. Go to wearehtx.com to learn more. The Alanis Real Estate Group, we are real estate.
All right, Paul, we've already discussed a few players here in this game, mainly Madden Hill and Christian Gibson. What other role players do you see making a difference in this game here tonight for both teams?
Well, this Clear Spring squad can really shoot. They have to lean on guys, and it's always come down to the others. And in those games I mentioned where Madden Hill goes off for 30 or 40, it's still been pretty close games, and they've had to rely on guys. We have a guy right in front of here shooting some threes, Casey Sire, senior 6-foot guard, best shooting threat on the team, and then Rodney Smith, another 6-foot shooting guard. He's another playmaker that's going to have to step up in times where Madden Hill's going to be off ball. But we've covered North Shore all season, and we know the guys that are the X factors on this team. It's guys like Dylan Colbert, junior, 6'5", averaging about 10 points a game, second on the team with 5.3 rebounds. He just makes the winning plays. He's usually at the top of the 1-3-1. It'll be interesting about the assignment that he gets, whether they go man fully on Madden Hill, because he can get down the lane. And it's just like the girls matchup. Kobe Johnson taking the best girl. That's what Dylan Colbert has to do, taking the best guy on the other team. And if he's assigned Madden Hill, that's going to be one heck of a matchup because he's their best perimeter defender. And then it always goes back to the front court. Our Sam Walker and Sean Mayberry are going to play with that physicality in the front court, rebounding on both ends, offensively and defensively, because when they do and when they win that rebounding margin, it usually lends to their success. So they're 22-3 over the last 25 games, and it bodes well for success if they're rebounding well. They're going to have to show that physicality tonight because they are way bigger than this Clear Spring squad.
Well, when Paul and I come back, the opening tip-off will be right here. Thanks for listening to the pregame show here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Buying or selling a home can be a bit overwhelming. That is where Alanis Real Estate Group steps in, with the help of CE King alum Elio Alanis. From the city to the suburbs and the greater Houston area, you can trust Elio Alanis. He'll work with you to find what best fits your needs, your goals, and more importantly, your budget. Elio Alanis has a reputation for exceptional customer service and making your home buying or selling experience a smooth transaction. Visit him on the web at wearehtx.com. The Alanis Real Estate Group. We are real estate.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 18 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
Real cheese, real hot, real taste is what we've got. Real fresh, real fast. All those other pizzas are a thing of the past. Mr. Gatti's Pizza in Houston on Uvalde Road offers a wide selection on their daily fast feast, all-you-can-eat pizza, pasta, salad, and dessert buffet. Don't forget about the entertainment center for the kids. Games, games, and games. Open for lunch or dinner. Gotta get Gatti's. Mr. Gatti's Pizza, the best pizza in town. Honest.
All right, welcome back here to the Sam Rayburn Gymnasium, where the starting lineups have been set. We're ready to tip off for the Clear Spring Chargers. Guard Madden Hill, guard Kerry Severn, guard Rodney Smith, forward Joshua Dickey, and guard Casey Sires. For the North Shore Mustangs, guard DeMarcus Sloan, guard Joshua Richardson, forward Dylan Colbert, forward Sean Mayberry, and guard Christian Gibson. Jumping here for the North Shore Mustangs will be Sean Mayberry for the North Shore Mustangs and Joshua Dickey the forward. Joshua Dickey 6'2", and Sam Mayberry 6'7". They're trying to move the cheerleaders here apart here at the moment. They're worried about the girls here standing along the baseline here at the moment, trying to figure out where to put them. The North Shore Mustangs wearing all white here tonight. They're going to go from left to right on the radio dial. Clear Spring Chargers going from right to left, wearing all black with white numbers here tonight as well. So they're moving the cheerleaders out from underneath the baseline here at the moment. They're going to come up into the stands. They're going to come up right behind Paul and I. Maybe we'll have them sing Paul happy birthday here this evening as well. This is a small gymnasium. Paul made a good comment here before this game even started here tonight. This is going to be a loud, packed house because this is small place. Kind of surprising this is going to be the location for this game. So here we go. The opening tip is taken by the Clear Spring. Casey Sires has it. Bringing it to Madden Hill. He's coming across the timeline slowly. Gives it off to the right side to Rodney Smith. Rodney Smith stopped, trapped, back out. This is to Joshua Dickey. Over to Rodney Smith. And we're going to call traveling and back to North Shore. So no score. Turnover here to start the game. North Shore's going to inbound the ball. Christian Gibson tonight changed his number, wearing nice yellow shoes. Gives it to Joshua Richardson in the backcourt, being guarded here by Rodney Smith, trying to come across the timeline quickly on the right side. He's being guarded, loses the handle. Rodney Smith takes it. Here he's coming down the lane on the right side. Going to tip it up and going to be blocked by Sean Mayberry, but out of bounds by Clearbrook.
Yeah, good recovery by Sean Mayberry. This early starter for North Shore tonight. Joshua Richardson taking the place of the sophomore Rashad Williams, who's usually been the starter for the past few games in district. Coughing the ball up right there. Almost a costly turnover, but Sean Mayberry taking it off the glass.
Great job there by Sean Mayberry, 6'7" forward, able to jump up and block that ball. So Madden Hill going to inbound the ball. Throws it out to Rodney Smith. Rodney Smith out to Madden Hill at the top of the key, being guarded by Sean Mayberry, trying to do a crossover on him. Take a shot inside the three-pointer, can't make it. And rebounded here by the North Shore Mustangs. Down the court, Joshua Richardson off, and Madden Hill blocks it. Here we come. They're coming back down the court quickly. Cruising down. Madden Hill, he puts it up and in.
Ah, man, he just doesn't do it on one end. He gets down defensively and gets the block and then converts it on the other end, converting in transition. That's the extreme athleticism from Madden Hill we're seeing already on display
Two-zip.
here.
Here's Christian Gibson off to the left side. We're going to shoot a three, but we're going to have a foul on the court, and it's going to be, he stepped out of bounds, actually. So it's going to be Clear Springs ball with under 7 minutes of play here in the first quarter. 2-0, Madden Hill with the first 2 points of the game for Clear Springs. He's bringing it across the timeline, being guarded by Joshua Richardson. He's in between the 2 circles, going to the right side, passes it off. We're going to shoot inside the 3-point marker. Misses it and rebound, but we can't get it, and we're going to have a jump ball possession.
Yeah, and you can already tell, Jeff, that this game is going to be feisty just because it's a small gym as well. It just creates that energy in here. Fans already piling in. Both sides are packed. Little tie-up ball right there. And little words exchanged between Colbert and Sires right there, but ball will go back on the North Shore side. But North Shore has to retain their emotions in this game. They are the favorites in this game, but they have to play like the favorites and not let the energy or the crowd affect them.
So Joshua Richardson's got the ball. 2-0 Clear Springs with the lead here at the moment. Gives off to, this is Colbert. Colbert over to Sloan on the left wing. Back to Colbert. Colbert driving. He's going to shoot a 15-footer. Can't make it. And here comes the Clear Spring Chargers. Madden Hill bringing it across the timeline, being guarded by Richardson. Cruising across over to Sires. Sires for 3. Can't make it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of fighting down in the paint right there. Just jostling, hands getting caught up between Mayberry and Dickey. Refs having a little exchange right there after another emotional contact right there. Man, this is already getting heated up with not even 2 minutes already in.
6:05, we've got all sorts of conversations happening, and this is definitely going to be an action-packed game here tonight. Again, only 2-0, Madden Hill with the first 2 points of the game here in the game. This is Joshua Richardson being guarded tightly here by Rodney Smith, coming across the timeline. Gives off to Sloan. Sloan in between the 2 circles. Stop. We're going to have a foul down low, it looks like. We're going to call the foul on. The foul was on Joshua Dickey. So we're going to inbound the ball. This is Colbert. 5:54 left to play. Clear Springs with the lead, 2-0. Colbert trying to get the ball in. Throws it out to Mayberry. Mayberry off to Colbert. Colbert for 3. Whoa, puts it down. Nice shot by Colbert.
Nice out of bounds play. Just Colbert, the man who was the passer, usually the man who's the most dangerous coming out of that set, gets it quickly back from Mayberry. Second shot of the night, gets to go down from 3.
3-2, North Shore with the lead. Give it off here to Rodney Smith. Rodney Smith driving, and Mayberry Gibson gets his hands in on it. Then they knock it out of Gibson's hands. Here comes Madden Hill. He's got numbers. We're going to shoot a 3. No good. And the 3 was shot by Sires. He's now 0 for 2 from the 3-point range. Still going to be Clear Springs ball.
Yeah, so far North Shore is getting away with not putting bodies on the defensive glass, has given the Chargers extra opportunities here.
So we're inbound the ball. This is Madden Hill. He's going to shoot a 3. No good.
Again.
So we're going to back out. Driving in the lane. This is Rodney Smith, puts it right up and in. That was way too easy.
Yeah, middle of the lane just opened up, and he dragged that screen out, creating that open alley for him. 1-point lead.
Clear Springs with the lead, 4-3. Gibson on the left side, at the left wing. He's going to shoot a 3. Oh, we can't make it. Rebound. Great rebound there by Sloan. Sloan's got it in between the 2 circles. He's trying to drive on Madden, gives it to Joshua Richardson on the left side. Richardson being guarded by Rodney Smith. He's directing traffic. Gives off to Gibson. Gibson back to the basket. Trying to drive. Nice spin move. He's going to shoot and inside the 3-pointer. No good.
No sure for us. A lot of contact right there.
Here we come. They're coming down the court quickly. And it's blocked. That was Kerry Sivert who's trying to put it up, and it's blocked. Here comes North Shore back down the court. This is Sloan for 3. No good. Gibson can't get the rebound either. Here we come. We're coming back down. 4-3. Clear Springs with the lead. 4:17 left to play here in the first quarter. We got action-packed, going quick and fast here. You don't want to take a break. Madden Hill trying to come around the corner. He's still running, and Sloan steals it. Here comes North Shore. Coming down the court on the left side. Sloan moving quickly in transition. He's going all the way down and puts it up and in.
Love it from DeMarcus Sloan. The guard on this team that is known for his three-point shooting, just taking it to the lane. Nice, easy lay-in for him.
All right, Madden Hill coming down the court. 5-4 here at the moment. North Shore with the lead. He comes across the timeline slowly by Joshua Richardson. Cruising down. He's driving in the lane. Passes it off and turnover, and it's going to be North Shore ball.
Back-to-back turnovers from Madden Hill. Very uncharacteristic. Just pressing the ball a little bit right here as that pressure defense from Joshua Richardson has gotten to him.
So we got some substitutions coming into the game for the North Shore Mustangs. Sam Walker coming in for Sean Mayberry. Also coming in is Jordan Ikapoler coming into the game as well. So Jorge Pacheco in the game for the first time here. Being guarded by Madden Hill. Off to the left side to Colbert. Colbert directing traffic. Gives it to Pacheco. Over to the right side. Down low to Gibson. Gibson with a 12-footer. And he's fouled and he can't make the basket in. But Gibson's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to be on Jordan Ikapoler. So Gibson's going to go to the line to shoot. Gibson's an 82% free throw shooter. Here's his first shot. Up and good. 6-4 North Shore at the lead here so far, shooting 33% from the field, where the Clear Spring Chargers 2 of 10 for 20%. Second free throw is up and good. 7-4 North Shore with the lead. 3:29 left to play here in the first quarter. This is Jordan Ikapoler. Gives it off to Braylon Jones. Braylon Jones passes off here to Caden Garrett. Garrett in the left corner pocket, being guarded by Gibson and Sloan. Stolen by Colbert. Colbert's got it. Colbert stops, picks up the dribble, gives it to Gibson. Gibson coming across the timeline. Over to Sloan. Sloan for 3. Short. Here comes the Clear Spring Charger. Coming back down the court. This is Ikapoler. Down low.
Pass.
Wow, nice pass down low to Bickham and good.
Yeah, he drew everybody on the baseline, and Bickham, right place at the right time, getting that dime off of him.
7-6. Here's a three-pointer. It goes in. Drops in by Colbert.
Friendly rims for Colbert right there, and he's been seeking that shot. That's already his 3rd shot in the first quarter. We're usually not seeing him pressing this much, but he's letting the game come to him.
North Shore 10, Clear Spring 6. This is Garrett. Gives it off to Madden Hill on the left side, being guarded by Gibson tightly. Gives it out to Garrett. Garrett at the left wing. He's driving. He's going to shoot a 12-footer. Can't make it. Walker trying to get the rebound and does.
Go. And that's the defensive intensity you need on the boards from a guy like Walker. Getting that secure rebound down and now pushing in transition.
Down the court. Sloan's in the left corner pocket. He's bringing things out. Jorge Pacheco's back in the game. He's at the midcourt. Gives off to Sloan. Sloan in between the 2 circles. 2 minutes left to play. 10-6. North Shore to lead. Down low to Gibson. He off the baseline, puts it up and in off the glass. What a great shot there by Gibson.
Yeah, just using his 6'7" body to bulldoze through his defender right there. Getting an easy lay at the rim and now stretching this lead out to 6. And he's got the assignment of Madden Hill now in the corner.
Ikapoler got the ball. Trying to get to Madden Hill, but boy, Gibson is all over him down low. This is, what a nice spin move. And blocked by Walker, but they're going to call a foul on Walker.
Ooh.
He was trying to get it to Bickham to put it up and in, but Walker with the foul.
Well, Bickham lifted him in the dust, but Walker, good recovery on the backside. He did probably get body contact, but the ball for sure was there blocked.
Bickham, a senior, 6'5". He's at the line to shoot. (12-6) North Shore with the lead. Here's the first free throw by Bickham. The 6'5" senior is good. We have the North Shore girl cheerleaders right behind us. Coming into the game for the Clear Spring Chargers is Carrie Severin, Casey Sires coming into the game, as well as Rodney Smith. Here's the second free throw opportunity for Bickham. Puts the shot up, and good. Nice shot. 12-8 North Shore with the lead. Coming into the game now is Joshua Dickey, also for the Clear Spring Chargers.
And this has been a pretty quick move in the first quarter, like you mentioned, Jeff. 1:42 left, 12-8. Players are very tired, rotating bodies on both ends right now. You see these substitutions like Jorge Pacheco and Darion Moore, Jeremiah Thomas in the game. And Jorge Pacheco's got to keep that ball tight with a defender like Madden Hill on him right now.
Yeah, he's definitely being tightly guarded here. Gibson off to the right side, back to Pacheco. 1:28 left to play. 12-8 North Shore to lead. Nice pass down low to Sloan. Puts it off the glass. Oh, can't get it. But a rebound by Walker. Puts it up and in.
Well, we've seen that a lot this season where Jorge Pacheco fakes a dribble handoff with Sloan, and then Sloan goes back door. Couldn't convert on that one, but on the backside, nice offensive board putting it up for 2.
North Shore 14, Clear Springs 8. Here we come, coming down the court. This is Madden Hill. off to the left side. Cruising down. Nice pass. And they throw it away, and it's going to still be North Shore ball. 1:01 left to play. North Shore to lead 14-8.
Well, that talk about sophomore on sophomore right there. It's two totally different sophomores with Madden Hill with the season he's had compared to Jorge Pacheco, who's started a couple of games this season, but not as in the rotation as much as a guy like Madden Hill. But he's not worried about this challenge right here. It's taking him, walking him down the half-court line right now.
Jorge Pacheco is a sophomore here in this game as well, just like Madden Hill, like Paul was saying. Ball's out of bounds. Still going to be North Shore ball. Inbound to the ball right in front of the Clear Spring Charger bench. North Shore shooting 45% from the field. Clear Spring's only 25%. Madden Hill, the main guy for the Clear Spring Chargers, only scored 2 points, the first 2 points of the game. Walker with the ball, off to the left side to Gibson. 47 seconds left to play here in the quarter. Gibson in between the two circles, gives it back to Pacheco. Pacheco being guarded here by Sayers. Now looking back to Coach Woods, getting the play call. Over to Sloan on the left side. Back to Pacheco, throwing the ball back and forth. Sloan with a long three and puts it down!
Well, that's what he's known for. He's already had 89 threes on the season, and now it keeps ticking up right now. He's a deadly perimeter shooter, and you add that to this offense, it's deadly.
Look at Madden Hill going all the way to the lane. Can't make it up and in, but what a great rebound there by Joshua Dickey, and is fouled.
Yeah, talk about a game so far from Joshua Dickey. Both big men trying on that block attempt, which led nobody on the defensive board, only left guards like Pacheco and Sloan. So the offensive board by Dickey, and he'll go to the line for two.
Looked like they called that foul on Walker. It would be his second. First free throw, no good. 17-8, North Shore to lead. Gibson is guarding Madden Hill in the game. He is on him like we're on our cell phones. Here's the second free throw. Can't make that one either, but a rebound. What a great rebound there by Sivern. Here's a three by Rodney Smith, and good.
That's huge, and that's one other point I wanted to bring up with Gibson. It's not just the scoring ability. He needs to produce on the rebounding efforts as well.
Here we come, Pacheco down the court on the left side. Puts a shot up, no good. And that is the end of the first quarter, Paul. Holy cow, we need to catch a break for take a quick breather. With the score, North Shore 17, Clear Springs 11. We'll be back right here on the Legacy Sports Network.
When life gets in the way, a work trip, family plans, or even bad weather, don't let your tickets go to waste. Quick Assist makes it simple. Your seats are listed on every major marketplace at the same time, saving you the hassle and putting money back in your pocket. Whether it's the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, or NCAA, we've got you covered. Download the app today by scanning the QR code on our website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
Into the first quarter, North Shore 17, Clear Springs 11. Leading scores for the North Shore Mustangs is Dylan Colbert with 6 and DeMarcus Sloan with 5. Christian Gibson with 4. For the Clear Spring Chargers, Rodney Smith with 5 and Gavin Bickham with 4. Madden Hill only with 2. Paul, this is amazingly fast game here so far tonight.
Yeah, and this pace really favors North Shore if you really think about it, because they have the depth to bring off the bench compared to the Chargers. Chargers were looking for a lot of answers, but that was a really big possession to get that offensive board, kick it out for a 3 to Sayers. And that's one area where Christian Gibson, we know what he can provide for you, 4 points, but can he also give you that defensive lift on the boards as well? It can't just be Walker, Mayberry, or Colbert. He has to get in there with his 6'7" frame and get in there and get some boards. He led up a possession right there, and now it's only a 2-possession game, but we've seen it so far right now. They're putting a lot of bodies. First it was Colbert on Hill. Now then you saw that face guarding by Gibson. So giving him a lot of different looks, and that's what Coach Woods was game planning for tonight.
North Shore has Mayberry, Gibson, Pacheco, Colbert, and Sloan in the game. For the Clear Spring Chargers, Madden Hill, Siverand, Bickham, Smith, and Garrett. Garrett with the ball on the top of the key, being guarded tightly by Colbert. Off to Madden Hill, being guarded by Sloan. Double teamed at the moment. Back out here to Siverand. Siverand on the right side, being guarded by Gibson. Over the right corner pocket. Nice drive. Gibson knocks it out of his hands, but he's going to shoot a 15-footer. This is Smith, and puts it up and in.
Just a little bit of over hustle by Jorge Pacheco, trying to swipe and get us something in transition. Led that wide open 15-foot shot for him.
North Shore 17, Clear Springs 13. Off to Mayberry. Mayberry to Pacheco. Nice bounce pass down low to Sloan, but can't get it. Here they come. They're coming back down the court. This is this is Garrett down the line. He's at the right corner pocket. Down low to Bickham. Here's a 3 by Madden Hill. No good. Rebound by Gibson. Madden Hill still only 2 points in the game. Gibson cruising down the court on the left corner pocket. Here's a three by Sloan. Good!
He's ready for the playoffs, and what a luxury again it is to have Christian Gibson in transition, eyes up ahead, finding a shooter camping in the corner. Sloan with his second three on the night.
Sloan with 8 points on the night so far. 20-13, North Shore with the lead. Way pass over to Severin. Severin being guarded by Pacheco on the left side. Nice,
wow, great
knocked
defense.
Off there by Severin or by Pacheco. Nice job there by
And you already
Pacheco.
see the defense that they're doing. Anytime that Madden Hill has the ball, they are double teaming and making him pass out of that double team. But if anybody else has the ball, you just play man to man on them. They're forcing that pass out the double team and forcing somebody to make the play besides Madden Hill.
Second quarter action. Here's a three by Severin. Long shot. No good. Rebound by Gibson. Here comes Gibson cruising down the court quickly on the left side. He's going to put it up, and he's going to get fouled on the line. Not going to go to the line to shoot. Foul's going to be on Rodney Smith. Rodney Smith of the Clear Spring Chargers. Paul already has 7 points in leading scorer here so far. Joshua Richardson coming in for Pacheco. Pacheco played a great minutes there in the first and second quarter here.
Yeah, and I noticed that Rashad Williams, who's the usual starter, is not dressed, and he's sitting on the bench. Don't know why, but that's why we saw Joshua Richardson get the start tonight.
And Gibson stepped out of bounds, and it's going to be Clear Springs ball. So North Shore with the lead, 20-13, 6:19 left to play here in the second quarter. For North Shore at the moment, DeMarcus Sloan, the leading scorer with 8 points. We have a timeout on the floor. Paul and I are going to take a timeout as well. North Shore 20, Clear Springs 13. You're listening to Playoff Basketball on the Legacy Sports Network.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric will show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
20-13, North Shore is the lead. Paul, so far, what's your thoughts here so far in this 1 minute, first quarter and 2 minutes of the second quarter?
Well, it's been really interesting to see the different looks that they've been throwing at Madden Hill. He hasn't been able to get a rhythm on a certain defender, and that's what you've seen in his district play, where he's been able to take advantage of multiple defenders, and that's just the level of physicality that this District of Doom can present to you. As an elite player, you have to be able to go up against these certain matchups, and right now he's getting guarded by Sloan, and then Gibson looking at if he can get a double team right there, force it out of his hands once again.
So here's Madden Hill being guarded tightly by Sloan. He's at the top of the key. Mayberry comes out to double team. Gives it off to Dickey. Dickey's got it, being now guarded by Colbert. Gives it off to Smith. Smith at the top of the key. Here comes Mayberry running out to him. There's no shot clock here in Texas high school basketball. This is Rodney Smith still dancing with it. Gives it off to Garrett and shoots a three. Can't make it. Here we come down the court. Here's Gibson with a wham bam slam, but they're going to call traveling.
Yeah, that was a pretty clear travel right there. Beautiful play in transition. Ball did not touch the floor once it crossed half court. Just a one too many steps by Gibson, who knew he had an easy, wide open dunk. Got a little ahead of himself right there. But this is so interesting to see from North Shore defensively. They've been making and forcing others than Madden Hill to make the play, and they haven't looked comfortable at all.
Here's Madden Hill. Oh, what a great fake. He steps in, shoots a 12-footer, and good.
Smooth. That was right in front of us. Had the pump fake, get into a spot 15 feet up, elevated.
He pump faked two guys. Here's Joshua Richardson on the right side. That's the right wing. Gives it off to Sloan. Back out to Colbert. Down low to Mayberry. Mayberry with his back. Shoots it off the glass. Can't make it in. Here comes Madden Hill. Coming down the court, being guarded by Sloan. Comes across the timeline slowly. 20-15, North Shore with the lead. 4:59 left to play. Madden Hill trying to drive off to the left side. Here's a three-pointer by Smith. No good. And here comes Gibson cruising down the court quickly. We're going to shoot another three. This is Colbert puts it in.
Wow, 2 threes from both of your star players on the offensive end, Colbert and Sloan, getting you 4 threes in this first half tonight.
And Richardson steals it down low.
Sloan.
He puts it up off the glass. Can't make it in.
And it was actually Sloan with that defensive effort, forcing the ball out of Madden Hill's hands, and again, creating another turnover. And again, we're seeing not enough confidence and not enough ability on the other players besides Madden Hill to make a play and try to get something.
Walker coming in for Mayberry. North Shore with the lead, 23-15, 4:34 left to play. Gives it out to Gibson. Gibson for three in the left corner pocket. Hits it off the glass. No good. Coming back down the court. We're cruising down. Here's a nice alley-oop pass. No good. Rebound. And we're going to step out of bounds. Oh, still going to be Clear Springs ball. Robert Woods, coach in North Shore down here, asking, really, was that not our ball? Trying to inbound the ball. This is Ikapor. Gives it a nice shot. Pass out. This is Jones. Can't make it. They come back, gets his own rebound. Here's Madden Hill. He's going to shoot a three. He's short.
And that was tipped by Gibson.
Back out to Madden Hill. Madden Hill, nice pass
finish.
down low. Wow, what a block by Mayberry, or by Gibson. Wow, great job there by Gibson.
Meet me at the rim.
Bickham. Coming back down the court, Joshua Richardson flying down, 4 minutes left to play. He loses the ball, gets it back out to Colbert. Man, that was an amazing play there by Gibson. Off to Richardson, over to Gibson. Gibson over to the right side to Sloan. Sloan at the right wing. Way out.
Nice
pass down to Walker. Walker puts the right hand up off the glass and good.
Beautiful play. That play is called Blur right there, where they have a flare off for Christian Gibson. Usually they try to hit him on that fade right there. Didn't hit him right there, but then Walker cuts to the basket. Easy lay for him.
10-point lead for North Shore, 25-15, 3:32 left to play in the quarter. This is Ikapora. Here's a three by Garrett. Can't make it. No, that wasn't Garrett. That was Jones. Rebound. Jones gets his own rebound. Tries to bounce it off. It's out of bounds. It's going to be North Shore ball.
Yeah, converging on the baseline, setting the trap right there was Gibson and Walker. Man, what defensive intensity so far we've seen, and that's been one of the most impressive parts. Even though they've been hitting a lot of shots for North Shore, already 5 threes tonight, the most impressive parts of this performance in the first half has been the defensive side of the ball. They've held up a couple offensive boards, but besides that, it has been pretty good.
Pacheco back in the game for Richardson. Clear Springs only shooting 24% from the field, where North Shore 50%. Here is Sloan at the top, in between the two circles. Dribbling, bounces between his legs. Off to the right side, dribbling slowly, trying to get, and we're going to call a lane violation, 5-second violation. It's going to be Clear Springs ball. 3:06 left to play here in the quarter. Madden Hill, Paul, only with 4 points. Great defensive stop here so far on Clear Springs by the North Shore Mustangs. This is Ikapola driving down the right side. Here's a nice pass. Down low to slide. Then it's stolen by Colbert. Here comes Colbert down the court. He's got Sloan in the right corner pocket for three. Oh, he can't make that one. Here we come. Madden Hill is flying down the court. Nice pass over to Cyrus. Cyrus in the left corner pocket. Back out to, wow, boy, Madden Hill jumped high in the air, went vertical. Here's a nice pass.
Man.
Wow, what a block by Colbert.
Dylan Colbert.
Holy cow. Back out to the left, right corner pocket. This is Ikapola with a shot, no good.
And man, there's been two emphatic dunks on the past previous possessions, one by Gibson and then the other by Colbert on the recovery.
And they're happening right in front of Paul and I. This is amazing action here at the Sam Rayburn gym. Here's on the right side, over to Sloan. Sloan slowing things down. Pacheco at the top of the key, in between the two circles, off to the right side. Colbert, nice little move. In the lane, takes a shot, can't make it. Love the smallest guy in the court. Pacheco gets the rebound. Brings it back out. Here's Gibson for three. No. Oh, it bounces in, it goes in.
Second time they've gotten the touch. And man, North Shore's clicking on all cylinders right now. That's 6 threes out of 11 tonight, shooting 55%, hitting at a high clip. And on the defensive end, they've locked in on Madden Hill. Recovery has been there whenever he's dished it off as well.
Oh, look at the steal by Walker, but can't get it.
Man, and these high hands have been the reason why if they're not able to get the pass, they are able to recover and block at the rim. But these high hands have tipped a lot of balls and caused a lot of deflections and stuff in transition for the Mustangs.
North Shore on an 8-0 run here. North Shore 28, Clear Springs 15. 1:37 left to play in the quarter. Substitutions coming in here for Clear Springs. Rodney Smith into the game, as well as Joshua Dickey. Trying to get it out here to Rodney Smith. Over to Cyrus. Cyrus for three. Can't make it. Rebound by Severin. What a great rebound there by Severin. Here's another three by Madden Hill. No good. Here come the North Shore Mustangs. Gibson at the top of the key. He's driving. He's on the left side. He gets fouled there by Rodney Smith.
Smart play by Gibson, just driving in when he knew he had numbers. Getting the hands contact and we'll go to the line for two. Oh, man. Man, they're not calling that.
Wow.
So that's something I'd love to see in the high school game. What you're seeing in the college game, call continuation. If he has that step towards the rim, he's obviously going to shoot it, so reward him, not the defense.
So Colbert's going to inbound the ball to the left of underneath his basket on the baseline. Trying to get in. Nice pass to Gibson. Gibson can't hold on to it, and Dickey gets the rebound. steals it. Here comes Sires. Sires over to Madden Hill. 1:13 left to play. North Shore leading 28-15 on an 8-0 run. Madden Hill at the top of the key. He's being guarded by Pacheco at the moment. Pacheco, this is a tough defensive set. He goes around Pacheco. Here's Sires in the left corner pocket. Back to Madden Hill in the left corner pocket right in front of us. Colbert on him. Colbert's got long arms. Great. What nice.
Man, that's great
move
defense.
there by Madden Hill, but great defense there. And here we go. We're coming down the court. Gibson puts it up and in.
Great look ahead by Sloan, finding Gibson running in the lanes ahead of everybody on the defense. Easy layup, getting the biggest lead of the night at 15.
15-point lead for North Shore. They're on a 10-0 run, 30-15. North Shore to lead. Under 36 seconds left to play. Madden Hill coming across the timeline slowly. Here comes Walker to help double team. Throws it out, and still going to be Clear Springs ball.
Man, and it just feels like that the Chargers do not know what hit, and we talked about it, the physicality. I don't think they've seen this type of play in district over the past 10 to 15 games in Madden Hill. You can see the look on his face. We have a good vantage point of him. He does not know what is going on right now.
Here he comes. He's in the left corner pocket, being double teamed, and bounces it off of Sloan, and still going to be Clear Springs ball. 22 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Madden Hill's going to inbound the ball right in front of us here in the left corner pocket. Coming into the game for the Clear Springs Chargers, Caden Garrett coming in for Gavin Bickham. So Madden Hill trying to inbound the ball. Dylan Sloan, DeMarcus Sloan standing right in front of us, guarding him. Trying to get it inbounds. Gibson's right there as well. Gets it off to Garrett on the left side. Here he comes. Nice little drive. Can't make it in. Walker with the rebound. Coming down the court quickly. This is Sloan for three. Can't make that one, and there's a foul down low.
And that's because of the hustle by Walker, crashing the boards, getting down there before everybody else. They hit him with the body contact, and they'll be rewarded with the last possession on something drawn out of the bounds right here.
North Shore with the lead, 30-15. 12 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Walker's going to inbound the ball. This is going to be rebound. They're going to bring a substitution. Gavin Bickham coming in for Casey Sires for Clear Springs. Colbert's going to inbound the ball instead. Walker throws an alley-oop. They can't get it. Walker gets it back. Throws it to Colbert. Colbert bounces off. Walker's got it. Puts it back up. And whoa, it almost made in. And there's another shot. Wow! Somehow Colbert just throws the ball up and it goes in.
Well, I don't know how that ball did not go out of bounds, and I don't even know how Walker was able to get that shot up in the first place, but then the hustle by Colbert on the other end, getting that while he fades away, makes it the largest lead of the night, 17 going into the half, and momentum is all on the Mustang side.
And that is the end of the first half here with the North Shore Mustangs leading 32-15. Paul and I will be right back here for the halftime show on the Legacy Sports Network.
Are you ready to restart your path to wellness? At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, the most common goals that we hear from our new guests are losing weight, increasing energy, improving sleep, and increasing mental focus and clarity. Most importantly, people want off the prescription medications and to get back to a healthy and balanced life naturally. Are these your health goals too? Let us help you take charge of your health and wellness, just as we're helping thousands of others every day. Get off the meds and on to wellness naturally. Let our doctors, nurses, nutritionists, and wellness coaches carefully craft the healthy life you've imagined. Feel better, look better, live better. Visit HWC.com to learn more, or call us at 281-698-8698. Mention this ad and receive 2 of Dr. Hotze's best-selling books free with your consultation. 281-698-8698. That's 281-698-8698 or Hotze, HWC.com.
Welcome to the halftime show here on the Legacy Sports Network. We're at halftime with the North Shore Mustangs 32 to the Clear Spring Chargers 15, Paul.
Well, that last play really sums up how the first half went for the North Shore Mustangs, just converting and really capitalizing on the mistakes by this Clear Spring squad. And it's really interesting because we're not used to this offensive explosion from the three-point line, but that's what's been the separation, hitting 6 of their 11 tonight. Really big-time shots by Sloan and Colbert, but it just seems that Clear Springs looks like they're stunned. They haven't seen this play of physicality in their district. I mentioned it. Would their district play test them enough or challenge them enough for what playoffs is like? And whenever you play a District of Doom, this is not just for football. It also translates to basketball because we've seen what Atascocita can do, and we really like what Humble and Summer Creek can do as well. I like their chances in whatever their matchups are in their first rounds as well. So Clear Springs, yes, they have a star player, but what others can produce for that team? Madden Hill has been really silent on the night. He's a really good player, but they've been throwing so many looks at him that he does not know what to do with the ball whenever he doesn't have it. So I mean, coming out of the second half, it's going to be really interesting to see if they can start hitting shots because they've had a lot of good looks, and they let those good looks get away from them. I don't know if they'll be able to capitalize, and I don't know if this is too much of a run that North Shore went on to close the second quarter for them to come back in.
North Shore went on a 12-0 run there to end the second quarter with the score 32-15. North Shore with the lead, and Clear Springs only scored, Paul, in that second quarter 4 points. When we come back, Paul and I will talk about the stat leaders here of the first half. You're listening to Playoff Basketball here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Hello, this is Dr. Steve Hotze. Do you struggle with joint pain that makes everyday activities a challenge? You may have been told that surgery is your only option. God has given your body an amazing ability to heal itself. At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, we offer regenerative joint therapy designed to help you tap into this ability and live pain-free. Call the Hotze Health and Wellness Center at 281-698-8698 to schedule your free consultation. That's 281-698-8698.
Welcome back to the halftime show here on the Legacy Sports Network, where the score at halftime is the North Shore Mustangs 32 and the Clear Spring Chargers 15. First half stat leaders here so far for the North Shore Mustangs. Dylan Colbert, Paul, who only averages 9 points a game, has 11 points. He's 3 of 3 from the three-point range. Christian Gibson, one of the main scorers on this team that averages 19.5 points a game. He's got 9. DeMarcus Sloan with 8, 2 of 6 from the three-point range. For the Clear Spring Chargers, even though Madden Hill has been pretty much silent here tonight with great defense by the North Shore Mustangs, Rodney Smith has helped out with 7 points for the Clear Spring Chargers. Clear Spring Chargers shooting in this game here so far tonight, they are shooting only 20% from the field. They've taken 30 shots, only made 6. They're 1 of 11 from the three-point range, only 9%. The North Shore Mustangs, 12 of 25 from the field, 48%. But boy, where they have been a dagger here tonight, Paul, is from the three-point range, 6 of 12 for 50%.
Yeah, that's been the difference. 1 of 11 isn't going to cut in the first-round playoff game whenever North Shore is hitting their shots. And they're not known for hitting their shots. They're known for getting points in transition and points in the paint. But when they're hitting shots on the outside, good luck to catch up with them whenever they can go on runs like this. And, man, Dylan Colbert, it's been really interesting to see the approach that Coach Stephen Woods has put him in, because we've seen a lot of times where he's just been at the right place at the right time, has a knack for just putting up easy buckets at the rim, and he'll get his catch-and-shoot threes. But now they ran a couple of plays for him like blur or off-ball screens just to get him some shots. So I think they're noticing his offensive capability going into the stretch, because you can lean on a guy like Sloan to hit outside shots and Gibson just to get his spots in the mid-range and inside the arc. But I think you also need that one other scorer that you can rely on, because in a 6-game stretch when you're trying to win all 6 games to go to state, there might be that one game where that one guy like Christian Gibson can't get it going. So you're going to have to rely on a guy like Colbert to step up, or a guy like Sam Walker to step up offensively. So how are you going to put him in positions for success? They're doing that in the first round game here right now with Dylan Colbert, getting him in a lot of off-ball actions and getting him in places where he can succeed on the court, and he's knocking down his shots at an efficient rate. And you can just see it's not just on the offensive side, it's defensively as well. He has 2 humongous blocks on the defensive end and has been on the assignment of Hill whenever they've been trapping in the corners or they've been hard hedging as well. So it's not only just on the offensive end, which is going to be the main highlight, because 6 threes is a lot for North Shore in the first half, but what's been most impressive is that second quarter, how they really bogged down defensively and limited Madden Hill to only 2 looks. He only got 2 shots that second quarter, and he didn't have any points. So, I mean, this is a really good player, and he's still really young. He has a lot of room to grow, but this is what playoff basketball is like, and this is what the next level is like, wherever you are going to be the focus and the highlight of every defensive scheme by every coach going forth. So how is Madden Hill going to respond from that coming out of this second half in order for this not to be the last game in season for him and his squad?
You know, Paul, we've sat for most of these North Shore games up high. We sat down low for one game against Channelview. I will say the intensity on the floor here tonight is way more impactful than I have seen in any game that we have covered all season long.
Well, they just know that it's playoff basketball. It's a different type of intensity that you have to do, and guys like Sam Walker are setting that tone defensively on the board. He's the first guy out here grabbing the balls because he knows how important this game is, not to just win, but to set the tone for what a deep playoff run can be like. It's not going to be – you're not going to win state just off of one game, and you're not going to feel good about your season just based off of your first-round victory. They want more, and even though this team is the first time that they've tasted playoffs, because this is a junior-heavy team and a sophomore-heavy team besides Christian Gibson, they are ready for this moment. They have been far exceeding expectations throughout this whole season. Whenever everybody thought it was going to be Summer Creek coming out of that 2 spot in the district, it was North Shore. Now they have on the cusp of getting 30 wins, and you would favorite them maybe with the way that they play right now to go all the way to the regional finals, the way that their bracket is set up. So they're playing with a high motor, they're playing with a high intensity, and that's what Coach Stephen Woods does to a squad like this in his first year. Very impressive to see it in this first-round matchup because the Clear Spring squad has no answer for them so far.
Well, when Paul and I come back, we'll talk about second-half adjustments need to be made for both teams. You're listening to Playoff Basketball here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 18 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
All right, welcome back to the halftime show here on the Legacy Sports Network, where the halftime score is North Shore 32, Clear Springs 15. Paul, you gave us some thoughts there on what Clear Springs needs to do, especially with Madden Hill. Any other thoughts that they need to do to try to slow this excitement level and this transition style that North Shore likes to play at fast-paced action?
Well, those that are getting the pass out of the double team whenever they're hard-heading Madden Hill, they need to know where to go with the ball. They're just a second or two late on making those decisions, and that's what's costing them because the recovery by the North Shore squad has been there. And that defense, whenever they're walling you up and manning you up, it's hard to get to the rim. So they need to be able to read the room and know the angles and the passing lanes because there's been a lot of open looks in the corners that they've been missing. We have a good vantage point right here. But for North Shore, they need to keep up that defensive intensity, make this a low-scoring game. They're on pace to just keep this team in the 30s, which is very low. That's really what Madden Hill was averaging on this season, almost 30 a game. If you're able to limit them to about less than 40 points on this season, that would be a tremendous result coming out of this first-round matchup. But keep pushing the ball in transition. If you're North Shore, you're creating a lot of turnovers, you're creating a lot of one-and-done possessions. Make sure you rebound it. The offensive boards didn't cost you as much as they did because they had a lot of open looks after these second-chance opportunities. They just weren't able to capitalize. But as long as you defensive rebound, you'll be set straight for the second half with already a 17-point lead.
So we're about ready to start the second half here at the Sam Rayburn Gymnasium here in Pasadena, Texas. The winner of this game is going to play the winner of the Pearland Fort Bend Travis game. Trying to see if I can find a score for that game here at the moment. Hopefully there might be somebody who has posted the score of this game at the moment. So start for the second half for the North Shore Mustangs. It's going to be Dylan Colbert, Joshua Richardson, DeMarcus Sloan, Christian Gibson, and Sam Mayberry at the moment on the court. And the Clear Spring Chargers about ready to come out on the court. They're going to start with Joshua Dickey, Madden Hill, Casey Sires, Rodney Smith, and Kerry Severn. North Shore's going to inbound the ball on the right side on this court. North Shore with the lead 32-15, 8-minute quarters here in high school basketball. No shot clock here in Texas high school basketball as well. This place is packed. There's standing room only. People are standing along the baseline underneath the basket. Colbert gets it into Sloan. Sloan in between the two circles, gives it off to Joshua Richardson, being guarded by Rodney Smith, or to Mayberry on the right side. Mayberry way out at the perimeter, back out to Colbert at the top of the key. Colbert looking for where to go with it, being guarded by Sires. He's down at the baseline with his basket, puts it up. Sires gets called for a foul.
I like this. They went strong side and then cleared out for Colbert to go empty side and have a one-on-one with Sires that he has the size advantage on, backing him down, getting the contact and go for two at the line.
So Colbert's going to go to the line to shoot for two. He's a 64% free throw shooter with 11 points on the night, one of the leading scorers for the North Shore Mustangs.
And another thing on this night for North Shore that's been been impressive has been the off-ball movement. They're not staying around and they're not stagnant. There's been consistent off-ball movement. We saw it in that first play coming out of the halftime where there was a lot of screen set, clearing to the strong side, letting Colbert operate weak side and get to the spot.
Colbert Jr. 6'5" with the second free throw is up and good. Puts them both down. 34-15. North Shore taking the points from the second quarter to now they're on a 14-0 run. Here comes Madden Hill down the left side. Cruising down, and we're going to run into Mayberry, and they're going to call a foul on Mayberry just that quickly. So Clear Springs going from left to right on the radio dial, wearing all black. The main point of this game was the second quarter where the North Shore Mustangs scored 17, Clear Springs 4. Gives them the big lead here at the moment, 34-15 over the Clear Spring Chargers. Madden Hill's going to inbound the ball on the left side, on the side. Gives it out here to Rodney Smith. Rodney Smith back to Madden Hill in the left corner pocket, being guarded, double teamed. Back out here to Rodney Smith. Rodney Smith being guarded now by Colbert, one of the great defensive players for the North Shore Mustangs. Trying to go around him. He's struggling. Gives it off here to Severn. Severn over to the left side to Sires, and Sires steps out of bounds. It's going to be North Shore ball.
Wow, and it's been so impressive so far, the defense on Hill tonight, making him pass out the double team. He is 5'11", so it's a little bit harder for him to see over the top of the defense, especially with guys like Gibson and Mayberry who are 6'6", 6'7", that are just roaming the paint.
Madden Hill 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from the three-point range. Dylan Colbert, nice pass down to Sloan, but Madden Hill gets his hand in it. Here he comes. He's coming down the court quickly. Down the court and put a nice shot up and in, and that was Kerry Severn puts the shot up and breaks the run for the North Shore Mustangs. Joshua Richardson bringing it across the timeline. 34-17, North Shore with the lead. 6:52 left to play here in the third quarter. Here's Joshua Richardson off the glass, can't make it in. Here comes Madden Hill. He's cruising down the court quickly. On the right side, throws the shot up, and he's going to get fouled by Mayberry.
Man, he was a blur in transition. Good job by Mayberry to make him run at the line, but somebody has got to get in front of him, but that's a tough task when you got a man barreling down like that.
So Madden Hill going to go to the line to shoot 2. His first time to the free throw line. He's only got 4 points on the night. Got his right foot there. Here's his first shot. Good. Gives him 5 points on the night. They actually called that foul, Paul, on Christian Gibson. So here's the second free throw by Madden Hill. Up and good. Nice stroke there by Madden Hill. Gives him 6 points on the night. Gives his team 19 points with the North Shore Mustangs 34. Off to the right side to Gibson. Gibson, he's driving. He's got a step. Wow, what a block there by Severn. And another block by Severn on Joshua Richardson. That was amazing by Severn.
Well, that was a crazy good sequence by Severn. I thought he got away with a little bit of body contact on Gibson on the follow-through, and then Richardson had a little bit of moment of indecision, and then that indecision allowed Severn to come back in recovery and block that shot.
Severn is only 6'1" as well. Boy, he's got some hops to him. So here we go. We're trying to inbound the ball. Colbert gets it off to Sloan. Sloan in the left corner pocket, being guarded by Madden Hill tightly.
Yeah,
gives it off to Mayberry.
Yep.
Mayberry trying to drive on the baseline. Stops, puts the shot up, blocked by Dickey.
And this so far has been the best wall-up defense by the Chargers we've seen all night.
34-19, North Shore with the lead. 6:12 left to play. Madden Hill comes across the timeline, slowly being guarded by Sloan. Dribbling between his legs, and we're going to have a foul, looks like, on Mayberry.
Yeah, we haven't seen it for a while, just the physicality on both sides. I think they might even call it double foul. We hadn't seen it since the first quarter when both sides were just getting a little bit of a talking to after a little bit of a few skirmishes. But Mayberry and what it looks like Dickey are getting into it again with some hands contact, talking to both benches and both coaches, getting it sorted.
So they only called that foul on Mayberry, didn't call it on Dickey. So inbound the ball, gives it off here to Smith. Back to Madden Hill on the left side, being off to the left corner pocket to Severn. Severn driving over to the right corner. Here's Sires for 3, can't make it in.
And Sires has had a tough night so far, has had about 3 or 4 open looks for him that he can usually hit.
Colbert on the left wing, gives it off to Gibson. Gibson trying to drive, puts an 8-footer up, can't make it in. Madden Hill with the rebound. He's cruising down the court fast. Nice pass down to Severn. Over to Sires. To Smith. Smith for 3. No good. And they get their own rebound. Sires. Wow, what a nice pass down low to Rodney Smith and puts it up and in.
And so far in the second half, the effort plays have been on the Charger side. They know the importance of this third quarter to get back into this ball game, try to get up to single-digit Sires, create an extra opportunity, getting this lead down to 13.
North Shore 34, Clear Springs 21, 5:13 left to play. Colbert, he's driving on the left side on Sires. Puts it off the glass, can't make it in. Rebound here by Dickey.
And this is the first time we've seen 3 straight possessions for stops for the Chargers that has led them into coming back in this game.
Off to Smith. Smith almost lost it. Got it at the top of the key or left side. This is Severn. Severn back out to Smith. Smith in the lane. Puts the shot up. Can't make it in. Great defense there by Joshua Richardson. Here comes Gibson. He's flying on the court.
Colbert
over
in the
left
corner.
Pocket. Mike Colbert can't make it in. He's short. And they're going to call a foul on Mayberry. Mayberry picks up his third. He's going to come out of the game.
Mustangs have been in a drought. 0 for 5 for their last 5 shots has allowed the Chargers to creep back into this game, and the defensive intensity on the boards as well, not giving up second chances. Has energy back on the Chargers side, who have seeked that momentum ever since that extra effort by Sires.
Walker back in the game here in the third quarter. And so is Pacheco. 34-21, North Shore with the lead. Madden Hill coming across the timeline. 4:30 left to play here in the quarter. Sloan being guarded by Madden Hill on the left side. Looking for a screen there by Rodney Smith. He's coming around the baseline. Gives it off to Smith. Smith back out to Garrett. Garrett down low. What a nice pass down low to Rodney Smith and puts it up and in.
Yeah, and they caught him sleeping right there. Garrett finding the cut-in man. Everybody was kind of falling asleep on the baseline right there. Now the game, 11-point game. It's getting tight here.
34-23 off to Colbert to Gibson on the left side. Gibson's driving into the
That's
lane.
not smart.
Puts it up, and he's going to get called for a charge.
Yeah, good job by Dickey to set his feet. He saw that drive coming. Once he got that rip through, set his feet, took it in the body, and there we go, going the other way.
Got a substitution coming in for the Clear Spring Chargers. Coming in is Jordan Ikepoler. Coming in for Rodney Smith. So Clear Spring is going to have the ball, 34-23. They're going from left to right on the radio dial, wearing all black. Giving to Madden Hill in the backcourt, being guarded by Sloan. 4 minutes left to play in the quarter, 34-23. Coming across, he comes right by Sloan. He's in the lane, puts the right hand up and in. Wow, what a nice shot there by Madden Hill.
That's a tough finish, just taking the contact, extending that right arm over, getting that off the glass.
Madden Hill now with 8 points in the game. He's added 4 points here in the third quarter. Pacheco being guarded by Madden Hill. He's on the right side trying to get around him. Looking for a screen by Walker. He's in the lane. And this is Dickey. Gets it. Here's a three. Wow! By Sloan! And we have a timeout by the North Shore Mustangs. 37-25. Paul and I, we want to stick it right here. Let's take it right here, Paul. You want to throw some thoughts here into the game at the moment?
We'll talk about a silencer. That was an 8-0 run by the Chargers, but North Shore, it was a hectic possession. Pacheco could have easily turned that ball over, finding his outlet with Sloan at the 45, and he's been knocked down so far tonight because he's always shot ready. And that's a big-time shot. Good call, good timeout by Stephen Woods, rallying his troops a little bit, knowing that Chargers had a little bit of momentum on their side. Get back to the basics on the defensive end. They've been letting Hill get way too many opportunities going downhill in the middle third of the court. Has allowed a lot of times where he's able to finish or find teammates to make plays. So good on him to call a timeout, knowing that the momentum and energy was starting to pick up. Give his guys a little bit more breathing room, because this game has been fast-paced, Jeff. This has definitely been the quickest game so far. It's already 52 minutes of actual game, of actual time since the tip-off. We're already almost at the conclusion of the third quarter.
37-25. Paul and I are just trying to catch our breath here at this game. 3:31 left to play in the quarter. So North Shore is going to have Sam Walker, Jorge Pacheco, DeMarcus Sloan, Dylan Colbert, and Christian Gibson in the game. For the Clear Spring Chargers, we've got Madden Hill, Jordan Ikepoler, Kerry Severn, Joshua Dickey, and Rodney Smith. Madden Hill on the right side being guarded by Colbert. Trying to figure out where to go. Gives it over here to Severn on the left side. Over to Ikepoler. Ikepoler now being double teamed. Give him to Madden Hill at the top of the key. Being guarded. Wow, what a nice move. Over the right side to Rodney Smith. Rodney Smith in the lane. Trying to pass it out. Over the left side. Here comes Ikepoler. Down the baseline. He loses control of the ball. And it's going to be North Shore ball.
They went 1-3-1 with Dylan Colbert at the top of the key. And the recovery was there on every pass. Forcing it to the baseline. Losing control of it. We'll go back to the Mustang side.
So here comes the North Shore Mustangs. Pacheco coming across the timeline. Being guarded by Madden Hill. 37-25, under 3 minutes left to play. Sloan's got it on the left side to Walker. Over to Colbert. Over to Pacheco on the right side. Back to Walker. Back to Sloan. Back to Colbert. Down low to Gibson. Gibson,
Nice.
wow, what a move! Gibson, wham, bam, slam!
Pump fake on Severin right there. Got him in the air. Nobody else to recover on the paint. Goes up for the easy jam.
Boy, he had a nice first step. Nice move there. Here we go. Down the left side. This is Rodney Smith in the left corner pocket. 39-25, 2:30 left to play in the quarter. Rodney Smith trying to move on Colbert. Stops, picks up his dribble. He's stuck. Gives it off to Eekpoler. Eekpoler in between the two circles. Being guarded by Colbert. Colbert guarding him closely. Gibson's going to pump on him right there. Gibson falls down. Eekpoler's got the ball. He steps in. Gives it off to Rodney Smith. Over to left side. Madden Hill's got it on the left side, left wing. Nice move. Here's a... Wow, Walker tried to block Severn, but he get called for the foul.
And I don't think Walker needed to come down with his hands. He was there in time. If he just went vertical, he would have been there and affected the shot by Severn, but Severn will go to the line for 2. But being on the floor, Jeff, you can see from this vantage point, having Colbert at the top of the 1-3-1 and in the middle, it's Gibson. It is hard for any drivers in the lane to feel comfortable and try to maneuver and operate in there. There was a lot of times where they were trying to dribble drive, but got nowhere, finally able to kick it to the baseline. Walker committing that foul right there. Luckily enough for him, Severn misses the first one.
Severn misses the first free throw, 39-25. North Shore with the lead, 2:04 left to play. Here's the second free throw, up and good. He's 1 for 2 on the night. 39-26. We're already down the floor. Here's Colbert in the lane.
Smooth,
he takes
I
the
like
shot,
it.
rolls around, and goes in.
Yeah, he has such good touch around the rim. Nobody stopped him in transition. He couldn't believe how open he was. Got to the 10-foot line and a little nice touch off the rim, getting a good bounce.
Colbert with 15 points on the night, 41-26. North Shore with the lead. Off to the left side to Eekpoler. Back out here to Severn. Severn down low to Rodney Smith. Stolen by Sloan. Sloan gets it to Pacheco. Here comes, and they knock it out of his hand. Here's Colbert. Colbert in the left corner pocket for 3. He's short. Can't make it in. Rebound by Madden Hill. He's flying down the court. Walker flies down. They're going to call a foul. Wow. That was... Wow.
That's a huge call, and Madden Hill was in transition. He would have had an easy lay in order to cut it down to 13, but the play foul off the ball. Walker getting caught up in the hands, forcing the Mustangs. And wow, energy back on this side, and it's because of that 1-3-1, Jeff. There was a times where they just went man, but it was not working. They were not getting back in transition. Having Colbert at the top of the key has been very important to this run that they're going on to get it back to 15.
That was an interesting call there. Dickey was running down the court. Walker was right behind him, and then Walker kind of fell backwards and down, and they called the foul on Dickey, which Dickey couldn't understand how he even got a foul. Here's Sloan at the top of the key. 1:20 left to play, 41-26. Sloan in between the two circles, being guarded by Eekpoler. Now off the left side, trying to figure out where to go. Gives it off, still driving. Wow, what a nice move by Sloan. Puts it off the glass, can't make it in. Here comes the Clear Springs Chargers down the court. Wow, what a nice shot there by Severn on the lane. Puts it up and in.
Severn has had a heck of a third quarter so far, has been one of the better bright spots to start the second half as Madden Hill has been able to get going, but you've had guys like Rodney Smith and Kerry Severn step up in his absence.
41-28, Paul, with a few, we're going to stick it right here. So 41-28, what an amazing third quarter. This action, Paul, on the floor here tonight is, man, I tell you what, I feel like I'm in the game here at the moment. So.
Yeah, well, we basically are at this baseline right here. We have a good angle of everything. We're on the North Shore side, next to their bench, cheerleaders behind us. But this is what playoff basketball is all about, getting into the small confines and let these guys just duke it out on the court, 5v5, our best against your best. Everybody's best has been presented here today, especially from the North Shore side. I love what I've seen so far offensively and defensively. Chargers mounted a little bit of comeback to start the third quarter. Just hasn't been enough to try to get it back to single digits consistently. We'll see how they can close out their last minute right here.
So the score is 41-28 here in the third quarter. It's been an amazing first quarter here so far. I wasn't able to update the numbers, but right now it looks like it is 41-28. North Shore scored 7, and Clear Springs has scored, they've scored 13. I've got the numbers wrong on the live stats, but that's okay. On the quarters, I forgot to move it over there to start the third quarter, but that's all right. We'll still make things work out. Everything's still looking good here so far. Dylan Colbert tonight with 15 points for the North Shore. DeMarcus Sloan with 11, and Christian Gibson also with 11 as well. So North Shore is going to inbound the ball. The leading scorers for Clear Springs is Rodney Smith with 11, Madden Hill only with 8. 58 seconds left to play in the quarter. Gibson inbounding the ball to Pacheco. Pacheco being guarded here tightly by Ekpoler. Trying to come across the time in the backcourt. Still cruising. Nice defense there by Ekpoler. Off Pacheco. Boy, Pacheco's doing a great job. Over to Colbert. Colbert's got it. Over to Gibson on the right wing. Gibson, wow, what a nice move by Gibson. Here's a shot. Whoa! What a shot by Gibson.
Shook Siverin off the left side and got to the baseline fadeaway. Nice by Gibson. That was smooth.
43-28. North Shore to lead. 30 seconds left to play. Madden Hill in between the two circles. Looking for a screen there by Bickham. Bickham's got it. Over the left side. Here's Severn in the left corner pocket. Way over to the right side. This is Ekpoler trying to go on. Colbert can't figure out where to go. He stops, picks up the dribble, gives it back to Bickham. Bickham back to Ekpoler. We're at 10 seconds left to play. Madden, he's got a stop opportunity. He's in the lane. Right hand up. Can't make it in, but gets his own rebound. Gives it to, gives it to Bickham, but can't make it in. We're coming down the court, and that's the end of the third quarter.
And what a blown opportunity by Bickham. He had it spoon-fed to him 3 feet out the paint. I mean, if I'm Madden Hill, I don't know what more I could do for him to serve my teammate up with an assist right there. Would have been a big basket to close out the third quarter, but down by 15 they go.
Into the third quarter, North Shore 48, Clear Springs 28. We'll be back right here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 18 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
Welcome back to Sam Rayburn Gym here in Pasadena, Texas with the North Shore Mustangs 43, Clear Springs 28. Paul and I are literally just looking at each other like, holy cow, this game is amazingly fast. The action that is happening here is amazing. What a great first round action here. With this place is packed too, Paul.
Well, both sides have been able to perform to what they were known as. This team for Clear Springs likes to get downhill. They have to be able to hit shots if they want to stay with this North Shore squad. North Shore, they like to turn you over, convert in transition, and that's what they've been doing. It's been a low-scoring game, and that's what I expected. I didn't think this was going to be a shootout because what the physicality and the level of intensity that the Mustangs play with, this is the type of games in the playoffs that you expect. And Clear Springs hasn't been ready for the moment right here, and it's deadly because we're seeing a recurring theme right now with Gibson silently giving you double figures. Even though it doesn't seem like much, he's already up to 13. That's one of 3 players already in double digits so far. Colbert leading everybody on the night with 15.
We just watched Colbert run into the locker room. So Jeremiah Thomas into the game for the first time for the North Shore Mustangs, the senior, 6'5". So Clear Springs with the ball. This is Rodney Smith driving in the lane. He stops, gives it to Madden Hill. He shoots a 13-footer. Good.
Nice wraparound from Madden Hill, alleviating his man from picking up the ball. And we've seen that a couple times tonight where these Chargers just pick up the ball on the baseline with no option to go. And then they've been caught up right there, turn the ball over a lot tonight, but Madden Hill getting to his spot.
Here's Jeremiah Thomas. He's trying to drive on Sayers. Puts a turnaround shot up.
Oh, he
Can't
got
make
fouled.
it in. Rebound by Richardson, but he's out of bounds.
Man, I thought he got hit on the elbow by Sayers right there. If ref didn't see it, ball will go back to the Charger side.
North Shore has Walkers, Sloan, Gibson, Jeremiah Thomas, and Joshua Richardson in the game. For the Clear Springs, Madden Hill, Rodney Smith, Joshua Dickey, Casey Sayers, and Gavin Bickham in the game. Nope, Caden Garrett. Wow, what a nice move there by Madden Hill. Puts it up and in.
His ability just to stay in the air and be able to go through that verticality by Walker. Walker standing up right there. That's got to be about 9 feet right there. He goes over the top and easy finish.
Wow, what a great defense here by Rodney Smith on Joshua Richardson. He steals it from Joshua Richardson. Here he comes down the left side. Comes to the right side, puts it up. No good, but fouled. Some momentum changing here, Paul. 43-32 here to start the fourth quarter. Dylan Colbert coming right back out onto the court.
Yeah, and as soon as that momentum got back on the Chargers side, immediately at the check-in table is Mayberry, Pacheco, and Colbert coming into the game. Can't go out.
Rodney Smith, one of the leading scorers with 11 points on the night at the free throw line. He's not been to the line here tonight. Here's the first free throw. bounces on the left side and falls in, goes in. So Colbert, Pacheco, Mayberry coming in for Richardson, Thomas, and Walker. 10-point game. North Shore shooting 41% from the field. Clear Springs only 31%. They are 1 of 13 from the three-point range. Can't make the second free throw. Here they come. They're coming down the court. This is Gibson on the right side. He's going to shoot a three. Wow, what a shot by Gibson.
Coming off the screen, just taking that fadeaway, stepped into it. That's a big-time shot. He's more than a capable three-point shooter, overshooting 45%.
Here's a three by Sires in the left corner pocket. Can't make it in. Rebound by Colbert. Here we come. We're coming back down the court. Over the left corner pocket to Sloan. Sloan, what a move on Madden Hill. Puts the shot up. Can't make it in. And here comes Madden Hill, cruising down the court on the left side, runs into a screen. Wow, we're going to have a little pushing, and we're going to have a foul there by Sloan.
Yeah,
Sloan ran into a screen and then pushed off.
Sloan has to know better than that, and coaches are pointing to their heads, just staying in the game. Don't let anything affect you, and it's been physical all night. Refs have known that since the tip. They've been looking at everything on the court, and that's not going to get overlooked right there. Discussing over it a little bit, and this would be really big if they call anything excessive right here with the technical, leading to free throws and free points at the line for the Chargers. But man, that is not a mistake that you can make by Sloan. He's played such a good game up to this point, letting his emotions get the best of him at the moment right now.
Sloan, the junior, one of the leading scorers for the team, averaging 15 points a game.
And you don't expect that from a guy that has started almost every game this season, including a couple games to start his sophomore season. We talked about it. He's a veteran already for this squad and has been the lead guard in a moment like this, wherever you're capitalizing on a 13-point lead, wherever the Chargers started the fourth quarter, already get into single digits. Can't give him opportunities like that, and for benefit for him, it won't result in any free throws.
So they just called a foul. That's all that is. So we're going to inbound the ball. Madden Hill in the backcourt. Sloan on him tightly. Coming across the backcourt finally. Coming across the timeline. Looking for another screen. Gives it off here to Rodney Smith. Rodney Smith to Sires. Sires along the baseline.
Wow!
Wow! What a block by Colbert! Here we come. We're coming back down. Down to Gibson. Wow, what a steal. That was a travel, but they didn't call it. We're coming back down the court quickly. This is Garrett on the right side.
Wow!
Blocked again by Colbert. Whoa!
Oh, he came to play tonight, Jeff. That's 2 blocks on back-to-back plays in transition on the recovery. They call a foul right there, but man, you got to love the effort by Colbert, not making it easy and making him earn it at the line right there.
Man, Colbert's just leaping high in the air. His vertical tonight is incredible. Here's a first free throw by Garrett is good.
And that's just one of the guys that needed to step up for this North Shore squad. You talk about it, Gibson and Sloan are those guys that you're counting on offensively. Colbert has shown you that with 3 threes on the night, but defensively, his impact has been felt tonight.
Man, Colbert, what I tell you, that was amazing. Here's the second free throw by Garrett is good. 46-35, North Shore with the lead, 5:45 left to play. Pacheco coming in the backcourt, being guarded tightly by Garrett. He's coming in the lane. He's got an opening, puts the shot up, and can't make it in. And it's still going to be North Shore ball. Pacheco got a nice step, but he was too far underneath, threw the ball up, but it's still going to be North Shore ball. Colbert's going to inbound the ball under the basket to the right side. Mayberry, Gibson, Colbert, Sloan, and Pacheco in the game. For Clear Springs, Dickey, Smith, Madden Hill, Severn. Nice bounce pass down to Mayberry, but can't get it and out of bounds.
You know, the idea is there, but I didn't like how it was set up. It was guarded tightly on the baseline. Gibson tried to thread the needle right there, led him too far out to the out-of-bounds line and go back to the Chargers side. But, man, we've seen him execute a lot on the baseline out of bounds. Not right there, though.
Casey Sires coming in the game for Caden Garrett. Caden Garrett with the ball coming down the court on the left side. Driving in the lane, runs into Gibson. Here's a 3 by Sires. Good.
He's finally able to get one to go down. He's been 0 for on the night. That's a big-time 3, getting it down to 8.
46-38, 5:17 left to play. Pacheco in the backcourt, being guarded by Garrett, comes across the timeline, picks up the dribble way too far out. Sloan being guarded by Sires in between the 2 circles. 5 minutes left to play. Great action here at the Sam Rayburn gym. Colbert on the right wing, gives it to Gibson. Gibson being guarded by Madden Hill. What a great opportunity. What a fadeaway shot by Gibson, and good!
Our star against your star, backing him down. He has the size advantage on him, and he likes that right spot on the baseline, fading away once again.
Here comes Garrett, 48-38, North Shore with the lead, 10-point lead, 4:45 left to play. Garrett driving in late. Pacheco gets his hand in. The ball's on the ground. Ball still rolling. Here's Sloan. Here he comes. He's coming down the court quickly. He's going to put it right out. Madden with a block. But Colbert puts it back up and in.
Wow, time and time again this season, Dylan Colbert has been there at the right place to clean up for his teammates. What a recovery by Hill on that block, putting it off the glass, but Colbert.
50-38, Madden Hill down the lane. He's inside the three-point marker, puts it up and in. Wow, what a shot.
Yeah, that's a play that can get him going right there. Defensively, you get that energy back on your side and feel your legs once again. He lifts above the defense and knocks it down. Quick timeout for the Chargers.
North Shore 50, Clear Springs 40. 4:18 left to play here in the quarter, Paul. We are going to take a timeout. We'll be back right here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Life happens. Maybe a work trip, a family event, or you just want to watch the game at home. Don't let the tickets go to waste. With Quick Assist, your seat gets listed for sale on every major marketplace simultaneously. No more juggling apps or stressing over resale. We make it fast and hassle-free, so you save time and put money back in your pocket. From pro to college, Quick Assist has you covered. Download the Quick Assist app by scanning the QR code on our Legacy Sports Network website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
Back here to start the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, 4:18 left to play. North Shore with the lead, 50-40. Clear Springs Paul has outscored North Shore by 5 points here in the fourth quarter to bring the lead down to 10.
Well, the athleticism has been on display for both sides tonight. Just elite athleticism from guards and the front court. We're seeing it from Colbert and Hill tonight. Tremendous plays offensively and defensively. This has been one heck of a fourth quarter. Has set the tone for the last 4:18.
Gibson getting the ball in. We got Colbert, Gibson, Pacheco, Mayberry, and Sloan in the game here at the moment. Pacheco in the backcourt being guarded tightly by Garrett. Garrett gets his hand on it. Mayberry's got it on the right side, being guarded tightly by Bickham. Back to Gibson at the top of the key. Gibson trying to drive on the left side. Wow, look at Gibson, but they're going to call a foul. And the foul should be on
Rodney Smith. Yeah, Rodney Smith coming from the weak side, grabbing a lot of arm right there, yanking down. Hard foul by Gibson, and he'll be rewarded with 2 at the line.
Gibson's going to go to the line. He's 2 for 2 with 18 points on the night. Gibson 5 of 8 from the 2-point range, 2 of 4 from the 3. Gibson has definitely turned out here in the second half with 18 points here so far. He has scored 9 points here in the second half. First free throw is up and good. 2 stars of the night, Gibson and Madden Hill. Gibson with the lead, 19-14 over Madden Hill. Gibson's got a second opportunity to go to the line. Score now is 51-40. They have an issue with the scoreboard, but we have the correct scores if you're following on the live stream. Here's the second free throw by Gibson. Oh, doesn't make it. Garrett with the rebound. He's coming across the backcourt, being guarded tightly by Colbert on the left side. 3:55 left to play, 51-40. North Shore with the lead. Gets around Colbert. Over to the right side to Sayers for 3. Wow, Sayers is starting to feel it.
Yeah, he just needed to see one go down. He's been camped in the corner right there. Nice catch and shoot. Quick release.
51-43. Pacheco over to Mayberry. Mayberry on the right side. Mayberry's got a step. He puts it up. Wow, what a block by Bickham.
There's a lot of contact. I thought Mayberry got fouled right there.
Here we go. Back to Madden Hill. 51-43. 3:30 left to play. Madden Hill cruising down the court. He's going to shoot a 3.
My goodness.
Wow, what a shot by Madden Hill.
That was quick, and that was a blur. Easily getting past Colbert's sidestep. Fadeaway 3. This is a ball game with 3:19 left in a 5-point ball game now. Quick 6-0 run by the Chargers, and man, that was a pro move by Madden Hill.
We got a foul there on Caden Garrett. That was a great shot there by Madden Hill. Put the ball around his back, then stepped back and shot a 3.
Yeah, North Shore is not out of this by any means right now. That quick 6-0 run has got him back in this game.
Here's Gibson in the lane with a teardropper. Can't make it in. Rebound by Pacheco. And we got a foul. No, we got a timeout. Nope. What do we have? We do have a foul. Foul is going to be on Garrett again. 51-46, North Shore with the lead, 3:08 left to play. Coach Woods telling the players where to go.
Yeah, and you can tell this is a crucial possession for Stephen Woods. He wants his team to execute in this possession, trying to run something through Sloan right now.
Sloan way out on the right side, being guarded by Madden Hill. Madden Hill being on him tightly. They're at half court. Sloan guys back to it. Back to Mayberry. Mayberry's far out.
And man, Gibson has a wide open post right there. If they see him, he has a clear size advantage as well.
Here's Colbert. He's trying to drive in the lane. He stops all the way out to the right wing. Here's a baseball pass over here to Sloan. Sloan gets it to Gibson and fouled by Rodney Smith.
And that foul will put him in the bonus. Not a smart foul. Trying to recover right there. I commend the effort and the aggression right there, but not a smart foul. You've been playing really good defense up to that point, and now you're putting him at the line for 2.
Great catch there by Sloan here in the
another good point.
left corner pocket. He was coming right. The ball was coming right to Paul and I. And boy, Sloan, he's got hops.
Well, I would have been ready, Jeff. I would have been ready.
Here's Gibson at the line to shoot. His first free throw is up and good. He's now 4 for 5 from the line. Coming into the game for the North Shore Mustangs, Joshua Richardson, the senior, coming in for Pacheco. So 52-46, Gibson with the second free throw, up and good. Gibson now 5 of 6 with 21 points on the night. 2:40 left to play, 53-46. We're coming down the right side. This is Garrett being guarded by Colbert at the right wing. Over here to Rodney Smith. Rodney Smith now being guarded by Colbert on the right wing. Trying to get around him. Nice move on Colbert. Colbert can't get it, and nice shot there by Rodney Smith.
Took his time on Colbert. Colbert, the best perimeter defender, but he had a nice spin move, getting to his right side, getting it back to a 5-point game.
53-48, North Shore at the lead. Down to Gibson. Gibson back to the basket. He's going to shoot a fadeaway shot from 18 feet. Can't make it in.
And that's not the shot and you want in that possession right there, but they're trying to trap and try to get him out of rhythm and get the ball out of Mountain Hill's hands.
We're on the left side. This is Garrett. 53-48, 2 minutes left to play. North Shore with the lead. Gibson on Garrett on the left side. Trying to get around Gibson. Runs into Mayberry, and they call.
I don't agree with that. I thought he walled up in time and didn't come down with his hands. He might have been there a step too early, but Rodney Smith was trying to get to the rim. He'll get the contact and will go over the line for 2, stopping the clock at 1:55.
So they're calling that foul actually on Gibson. I thought that foul was going to be on Mayberry. So Gibson picks up his third. 1:55 left to play. Garrett's going to go to the line to shoot. He's 2 for 2 from the line here so far. Misses the first free throw.
Crunch time right now. We've seen Christian Gibson knock down his free throws. Chargers leaving a couple at the line right now. So crucial, especially in playoff basketball. You got to convert at the line.
Sam Walker coming into the game for Sean Mayberry. Here's the second free throw opportunity by Garrett. And it goes in and out, can't make it. But the ball is bouncing around, and they get the rebound. Here's Sayers off to the left side. We're stuck in the corner, and Sloan's got it. Here comes Sloan, down the court. He's got Madden Hill a fight. He gets around him. Madden Hill with a great
Who else?
And Colbert puts it up and in.
Who else? Dylan Colbert. Once again, that's the second time tonight that DeMarcus Sloan has tried to take it through Madden Hill. Madden Hill once again showing that extreme athleticism in recovery. Contests that shot. Ball pokes out. Right place, right time as Dylan Colbert once again with the putback. That is a timely bucket right there. Quick timeout by Coach Stephen Woods, getting his troops aligned on the defensive end.
North Shore 55, Clear Springs 48. We're under 2 minutes left to play. Colbert tonight, 19 points. We've seen most of the North Shore games here in the second half of the season. This is the most points we've seen from Colbert. Gibson with 21. DeMarcus Sloan with 11.
Man, and you know, any coach would love to have a guy like Dylan Colbert, and the more and more I watch him, I would just love to play with him as well. He just seems like a guy that you just want to play with because he plays with such passion on both ends. He can get you offensively with his catch and shoot, being at the right place and have that right knack just to have that nice touch around the rim, and defensively, he's been the best perimeter defender all night for them. They need to string a couple of consecutive stops to put this game away, and you might have to lean on Dylan Colbert to have the assignment on Madden Hill with 1:39 left now.
North Shore's going to have Walker, Sloan, Richardson, Colbert, and Gibson for the Clear Spring Chargers. We're going to have Rodney Smith, Madden Hill, Casey Sayers, Gavin Bickham, Caden Garrett.
And the Chargers have been dealing with this press now, getting away from the 1-3-1 and just manning up right now, guarding your yard. And now we see Dylan Colbert. Oh, now Christian Gibson takes the cast of Madden Hill. This is what we want to see right now.
1:30 left to play. Madden Hill coming across the timeline, being guarded by Gibson on the right side. Gibson taking this on, looking for a screen by Sayers. He's going to shoot a 3. Wow!
That's just elite playmaking right there. He got the switch. Smaller Richardson tried to help up off the screen. Rising above that, that's easy for him. Big time
Madden Hill
three.
is coming big here in the fourth quarter with 12 points. Richardson on the left side. 1 minute and 7 seconds left to play. 4-point lead, 55-51 for North Shore. Here's Gibson. He's got an opening. Here's a 12-footer fadeaway. Whoa! What a shot by Gibson!
High degree of difficulty in that shot with the game on the line. 4-point lead, fadeaway on the baseline, getting it back to 6.
Here's Rodney Smith down the line. He can't make it in. And Gibson with the rebound. Nice. Boy, that was great defense there by Walker down low on Rodney Smith, not able to get it up and in. Gibson gets the ball, and there's a foul on Rodney Smith.
And this goes back to the point we mentioned at the top of the game, Jeff. Having a guy like Christian Gibson where you can just dump the ball off to him, tell him to get to his spot, have him comfortable enough to elevate over the defense if it's a double team or he has a smaller defender on him, and knock down that fadeaway in a time where they're up 4 with a minute left. Misses the first free throw right there, but he has hit some tough shots, and that is what you need. A player like this in the situation of a playoff when it's crunch time to hit tough shots like that.
Gibson with 11 points here. He misses both free throws. Wow, that's shocking. But Gibson gets the rebound. They tried to throw it back out. Clear Springs does. We're under 40 seconds left to play. 6-point lead. North Shore with the lead, and we're going to have a foul by Garrett on Richardson.
And again, I know viewers cannot see it, but is the hustle by Colbert on the baseline affecting that pass, thrown back all the way to North Shore? It's because he had the active hands, kept that ball alive. And if this result stays, we're going to talk about Christian Gibson and a shot maker tonight. But the reason why North Shore is in the position to win this game with 36 seconds left is because of Dylan Colbert.
Joshua Richardson to the line to shoot 2. His first free throw is no good.
Man, we're seeing it. 3 missed free throws right here, keeping that door open for the Chargers. And all they need is just that little hope for Madden Hill, because he can put up a shot quickly and make this a one-possession game.
North Shore 7-11 from the free throw line. Richardson is only a 58% free throw shooter. Here's the second one, is good.
That's a big-time shot, making it a 3-possession game now.
Yep, 58-51, 36 seconds left to play. Rodney Smith inbounding the ball to Garrett on the left side. Being guarded by Walker, goes right around Walker. Down the lane on the left side, puts it up and in. And we're going to have a timeout by the Clear Spring Chargers with 29 seconds remaining here in the quarter. 58-53. Paul and I are going to stick it right here in the fourth quarter. North Shore shooting 41% from the field. Clear Springs 38%. North Shore 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Clear Springs 8 of 14. And here in the fourth quarter, North Shore scored 15, where Clear Springs has scored 25 points, Paul.
Well, this has been high-level basketball in the fourth quarter. Both teams have shown out with their best here down the stretch. It's been a really exciting game. I've loved all this back-and-forth affairs. High-level shot making from Mountain Hill and Christian Gibson. That's what you expect with guys that are going to the next level. But, man, it comes down to timely plays, and it comes down to being there for your team, and that's what Dylan Colbert and DeMarcus Sloan have been all night. DeMarcus Sloan, I go back to that shot in the third quarter where he alleviated that pressure off Pacheco. Could have been a turnover. He hit a big-time 3, getting the lead back to double digits. And then it's been Gibson on that right baseline, getting to his spots with that fadeaway. That's what lefties like to do. They like to get to that sweet spot, 15, 17 foot out. Smooth for him, has the ability to knock over anybody on the offensive end. But Madden Hill, he's gotten, although he has had a relatively silent night, he still has 20 points on the night. But a lot of players have contributed for him. Rodney Smith has had a good fourth quarter, as well as Cyrus hitting 2 back-to-back big-time threes to get this to a respectable margin. Still is in the grasp right now. If you force a turnover, you can get a quick bucket, and that's what Clear Springs is looking for right now.
The issue here, or the reason Clear Springs has a chance here so far in this game, they're shooting 75% from the field here in the fourth quarter, where North Shore is only shooting 38%.
Wow.
So North Shore is going to inbound the ball. Colbert underneath the basket. Under 30 seconds left to play. Walker, Gibson, Colbert, Sloan, and Joshua Richardson. Gibson in the backcourt. He's going to be fouled by Rodney Smith. And that's going to be Rodney Smith's, that should be his 5th foul, if they're calling that correctly. They're going to call that foul instead on Severn. So Gibson going to go to the line. Gibson so far tonight is shooting 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Here in the fourth quarter, he is 3 of 6. Makes the first free throw up and good. Gives them a 6-point lead, 59-53. Sayers coming back into the game for Clear Springs for Kerry Severn. Second free throw opportunity. Gibson with 11 points here in the fourth quarter, and now makes it 12. Gives him 25 points on the night. He's 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Here comes Madden Hill down the backcourt. Pushes off on Sloan. Doesn't get a call to foul. Gives off to Smith. We're under 20 seconds to go. Here's a three-pointer by Smith. Good. Wow. That was a big three.
Big time shot by Smith, just alleviating out of the double team. Hill had to make that pass, trapped at the baseline or at the half-court line. Rodney Smith, tough step-up 3, getting it down to 4 with what was about 13 seconds left, 15 seconds left. So this is going to be a foul in the game. You're going to have to try to generate a turnover possibly. Possession arrow is on the North Shore side, so any tie-up will go their way. But right now, it's all about converting at the line for North Shore to close out this game.
4-point lead, Madden Hills for the Clear Spring Chargers with 12 points. Rodney Smith with 6 here in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, the North Shore Mustangs shooting 6 of 10 from the free throw line. That could be the dagger here, Paul. If they can make their free throws, because they're going to foul them probably, up by 4, going to the line, you know the North Shore Mustangs are going to try to get the ball into Christian Gibson hand, their best free throw shooter, who's averaging 82% from the free throw line here in the season.
Yeah, and that's the main guy you want to get it to out of the inbounds. Have him be your closer. He has stepped up in the fourth quarter right now, hitting tough shots, and has been to the line. You have to come to the ball. Make sure that ball isn't being met with another person coming from behind you trying to cause a deflection or a steal. It's about valuing the possession right here. If you hold on to it, you'll burn more clock and the possession will still stay in your favor. So you got to value right here. No careless passes. Got to make sure you know where you're passing to off the inbounds if you're Dylan Colbert.
So Colbert's trying to inbound to Gibson or Sloan, the 2 best scorers on the North Shore Mustangs. Trying to get it in. Gets it to Sloan. Sloan's going to get... Oh, he's going to knock it out. And the nice job there by Rodney Smith, and they're going to get the ball back. Clear Springs is.
Yeah, we don't have the best angle in that, but it did look like a lackadaisical pass by Dylan Colbert. Time was winding down, coming almost to a 5 seconds right there, and that's where you talk about you have to create havoc and have to create a turnover for the Chargers to stick into this game right now.
Sayers back into the game. He scored 6 points here. Here's a nice shot down low. Wow, what a great pass in. Rodney Smith puts it up and in. They're down by 2. Under 10 seconds left to play, and Sloan gets fouled. Wow.
Yeah, big time shots right here coming up for Sloan. 2-point game with 7.6 seconds left on the clock. If he makes 1, it'll still be a 1-possession game. If he makes 2, this puts it at a 2-possession game and almost out of reach for the Chargers. So big time spot for the junior to step up.
Sloan is a 75% free throw shooter on the season. Has not been to the line here tonight. 60-58, North Shore with the lead. Sean Mayberry is going to come back in the game for North Shore.
And Rodney Smith has fouled out of the ball game,
Yep.
and that's something to look at because he hit that big-time 3 to keep it at a 4-point game. That's a 3-point shooter that you need in this situation right now if you're down by 3 and need to hit a shot to go into overtime.
And he also made that last shot down low that they got. So Rodney Smith, what a great game here tonight. He scored 19 points, 8 here in the fourth quarter for the Clear Springs Chargers. So coming into the game now is Joshua Dickey. They've got Gavin Bickham, Joshua Dickey, Caden Garrett, Casey Sayers, and Madden Hill. Sloan to the line to shoot 2. Mayberry and Gibson are in the key as well. Sloan, a 75% free throw shooter. First one up and swish.
Smooth.
Big free throw attempt coming here.
Always,
up by 3, 7
always the
seconds
first
left.
one, Jeff. If you see that first one go down, it makes the second one a lot easier, but you got to know if there's a miss right here, you got to locate Madden Hill, make sure he doesn't get a shot up.
Makes the second one. Here we go, we're inbound to the ball. 7 seconds, 4-point lead. Richardson gets his hand in on it, and still gonna be Clear Springs ball with under 7 seconds left to play.
And I would just back off as much as possible right now. It's a 2-possession game with 6.9 left. Let them get that 3-point off. It'd be tough for them to manage the scoring at that point because the clock will be down to at least 2 or 1 seconds. Make sure you don't foul any 3-point shooter right now as well.
Casey Sayers inbound the ball right in front of us, trying to figure out where to get it. Gives it to Dickey. Dickey down all the way to the left side to Bickham. Bickham for 3. No good. Rebound by, and they put it up and in. And did they count it? They did not count the final. Oh, they counted it. The last basket went in by Dickey, but it doesn't matter. That's the end of the game with the North Shore Mustangs 62, Clear Springs 60 here at the Sam Rayburn Gym, and North Shore is going to move on. Stay with Paul and I here for the postgame show here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 18 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
Welcome back to the Sam Rayburn High School, where the final score was the North Shore Mustangs 62, Clear Springs 60 Clear Springs scored 32 points there, Paul, in the fourth quarter to North Shore's 19.
I mean, what a fight at the end of the game by the Chargers, making this tight and making it exciting all the way to the finish. Really good fight from both sides. North Shore had a commanding lead throughout the game that got as high as 17 points, but Clear Springs, they kept battling back. Good shots by Hill, Siverand, Sykes, and Dickey tonight, all contributing in that fourth quarter comeback. Was just a little bit short, but made it very compelling at the end and made it turn out to be one of the better first-round matchups I think we'll see of the whole region, even the whole state tournament for 6A Division I, which is the tournament that a lot of people are looking forward to with teams like Atascocita, this North Shore squad, and Seven Lakes. But what a first-round matchup. I knew it was going to be tough. I didn't think it'd be this high scoring, but that's what it was because it just came down to the final couple of shots that you had to hit at the game. It was a very defensive game that North Shore was making it, but that charge at the end by the Chargers, no pun intended, was really exciting to see, just falling a little bit short though.
Yeah, Clear Springs scored 39 points there in the second half, where they only scored 16 in the first half.
And one last thing, Jeff, if anybody is able to see this through any media, if anybody has filmed this game and they're going to cut it up in highlights, I hope they see Dylan Colbert's impact not only on the offensive end but at the defensive end. His defensive plays in this game is the reason why North Shore won this game. His defensively intensity on the glass, getting rebounds and blocks. That was so impressive tonight, and it just speaks to his character, the type of player he is, because he's just the do-it-all guy. He does it without any emotion. He's not smiling. He doesn't look sad either. He's just doing out there and just going through the motions because he's just a good basketball player and a smart basketball player that any head coach and any teammate will want to play for. He's the reason why North Shore is moving on to the next round.
Well, when Paul and I come back, we'll have Paul give us his game balls from tonight's playoff action. Again, the final score was the North Shore Mustangs 60, Clear Spring Chargers 60. You've been listening to playoff basketball here on the Legacy Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
You've got tickets to the game, but something comes up. Maybe the boss sends you on the road, the kids have practice, or you just can't make the drive. That's where Quick Assist steps in. With one tap, your seats hit every major ticket marketplace at once. No more juggling apps, no more wasted time. Quick Assist, it takes the hassle out of resale and puts cash in your pocket. Pro or college sports, it's all covered. Download the app today by scanning the QR code on the LSN website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
Final score here from the Sam Rayburn Gym. The North Shore Mustangs 60 to Clear Spring Chargers 60. North Shore Mustangs 62, Clear Spring Chargers 60. Paul, who you give your game balls here for tonight's action to?
Well, for the Chargers, I got to go with Madden Hill. He didn't have a game that he wanted to, but he still ended up with 20 points, and that's what he's usually around with throughout the whole season. You can see this young man's potential. It is budding, and it is bright. The shots that he was making, you could just tell that is next level, and those are pro shots. The way he elevates over defenses, makes these tough shots look easy, his elite athleticism at the rim, and then coming back in recovery on the defensive end, having a lot of trail blocks. I mean, this kid has it all, and you can see why he's a 4 or 5-star kind of guy and rated so highly in the class of 2028. Excited to see what's to come for him in the near future. Just couldn't get it done for his squad tonight. But then you look at North Shore's side, everybody's going to talk about Gibson's 25, and they rightfully should so because he hit a couple of big-time shots in the fourth quarter, but it's all because of Dylan Colbert, and I wasn't expecting a 19-point performance for Dylan Colbert. He's always in double digits, but he's never that high up, and this has to be his highest scoring output we've seen so far. But him, it's all the winning plays that he made tonight, his shot making and just getting down on 2 feet defensively. And the one thing that does concern me though with North Shore is besides Gibson, Colbert, and Sloan, there was only 5 points combined from the rest of the others. I think you're going to have the guys like Mayberry, Walker, and Richardson have to step up. We didn't see Rashad Williams. We don't know why he wasn't out there. He was on the bench. He wasn't dressed, but we'll see if he'll be able to go in the second round. But this was a good test for these guys, getting their first playoff experience, getting their first taste of playoff basketball, knowing what type of intensity you got to play with, and knowing what type of intensity the crowd is going to come at you. It's not going to get any easier going into the next round against a tough opponent, but a good sign for the North Shore squad to get that first win.
Paul's definitely right. Gibson, he scored 16 points in the second half, where the other players for the North Shore Mustangs, Colbert with 6 and DeMarcus Sloan with 5. Any final thoughts here, Paul, before we close it out?
Well, North Shore is going to be a very tough team if they have Dylan Colbert scoring at least 15-plus a game. If you add that onto Sloan's 3-point shooting, and then we've become accustomed to Gibson scoring 20-plus a night, and then it goes back to what others can contribute. Can Jorge Pacheco give you threes? Can Joshua Richardson give you easy lays at the rim? And again, I've really been impressed with Rashad Williams. Don't know why he played tonight, but that's another guy that has been having some good scoring output of late. But defensively, that's what's going to win them games as well. They bogged down got a lot of good defensive boards and limited possessions for the Chargers until that fourth quarter, which they mounted that comeback. But great effort on both ends tonight. It was good. It was a good ball game, Jeff, and that was a really good show for my birthday, I'll say.
I tell you what, if you get an opportunity to go see a North Shore Mustang basketball game, you will enjoy it, you will be out of breath, and you won't even have played in the game. Madden Hill in the second half, he scored 14 points, and Rodney Smith for the Clear Spring Chargers scored 10. Join me tomorrow night. First round playoff action happening tomorrow night at 8 p.m. where the Grand Oaks Grizzlies 26-8 versus the Decaney Wildcats 21-8. North Shore's next game will be later this week. You can find that information on the Legacy Sports Network. Again, final score, North Shore 62, Clear Spring 60. You've been listening to playoff basketball on the Legacy Sports Network.
To Houston area high school basketball on the Legacy Sports Network. Copyright 2026.